How many movies have you guys done?
We've done 4, and we just announced we're going to do. I just announced we're going to do another. It was going to be out June 26th.
Have you filmed it already?
No, we're about to film it in February.
Oh,
late
dude.
February. So start then. Yeah.
Do you feel apprehension? Do you feel like no?
No. Like,
But you can't get a concussion.
no, I can't get any concussions, but I mean, I don't care if like I break my arm or leg. No one cares about that. It's just I
You
just
don't
can't have
care
another...
about breaking your arm or your leg?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
No.
So this is like a feel that you've developed this. I don't care. You didn't have that when you first started doing it. Right? Like, if you went
I
back
guess
the first day.
there was probably some self-worth issues when I began. It didn't come from a healthy place, Joe.
Well, but it's not just that. It's like you don't have a fear of being like radically injured. Because you blow your knee out or you blow your leg out, you're limping for the rest of your life.
I don't. It doesn't. That
Really?
doesn't bother me. No.
God, I'm so averse to that shit.
It's like the producer side of me overrides the performer side. It's like, hey, but we're gonna get footage, and it's about as simple as that.
So you'll still do dangerous shit. You just don't want to do anything
I just can't
dangerous
get any
where you
concussions.
get
I
hit
don't
in the
care
head.
about. Yeah.
But how if you're going to be in a violent situation where you could break an arm or a leg, you easily could get a concussion as well.
Well, you gotta assess, Joe.
Risk
I don't know.
assessment. What the fuck does your waivers look like?
Yeah, I don't know. It was, on the first movie, the insurance companies insured it per bit. They didn't insure the whole movie. They just insured it per bit.
Yeah, that's how they did with Fear Factor as well.
So some bits costs the insurance was going to be more than the whole first movie. So can't do those. But after that, we find a shady insurance company and they take care of us.
Once you started acting though and doing big movies, wasn't there any part of you was like, okay, I'm done with this?
No, it's so fun. It's something that I created with my friends. Right. And then there's probably my wires got crossed somehow, and then I learned to like it. I would love it, I guess it's like a comedian learning to love bombing, right?
No one learns to love bombing.
I've talked to a couple comedians, and they're like, if you got to learn to like love it and basically not fear it.
Yeah.
And I kind of did that with stunts, I guess. I just liked it.
Wow. You ever talk to a shrink about that?
Well, what I was doing, I have a therapist, and I'm like, okay, we can talk about everything in my life, but not the part of me that does stunts.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause you don't wanna
I
fix
didn't
that
want to
part.
unwind that, even though it went sideways quite a few times.
That's a wild statement. I didn't want to unwind that.
Yeah. So I've looked into it a little now that I can't get any more concussions. But, don't crush my career.
What a crazy job for the therapist.
Yeah.
Like the one area where you really probably should address. You know what I mean? You have this like overall, what is Johnny Knoxville? What's going on in his head? And there's this one door. Yeah, you can't go in that room.
Yeah, we can't. The biggest problem we can't address.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a crazy thing.
Yeah. Well, again, I should have went to college.
Do you get annoyed having to answer all these questions all the time about that kind of shit? Because after a while, I would imagine like that is the most common thing that people would want to talk to you about. Like, how many times have you been hurt? What happened? What is it like?
No, I don't. I mean, again, I get the joke. What I would be doing if I wasn't doing this. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And so if somebody wants to talk about it, let's talk.
Well, you're obviously a smart guy. I don't buy that. You could do anything.
Well, when I started down this road, this was my best guess. So, you know, it just became something I'm doing. And yeah, I guess I did want to write, but I incorporate that into the movies.
It's a very strange life, Johnny.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I kind of created the environment that I grew up in with my father. He owned a tire company, and he had all these crazy characters working for him, like people like Big George, Ass Kicking Robert, this guy SD's named Super Dick. One guy named W.W. Woodrow Wilson Boxcar Johnson Jr. He was the tire groover who was always getting arrested for one thing or another. And he was always pranking these people at work, his people that work for him. He would stage gunfights at Christmas parties.
What?
When he did this twice, one year at the Christmas party, he gave a couple of the guys, his employees, guns and said, okay, I want you guys to get in an argument, and I want to culminate with you pulling out a gun and firing, and you pulling out your gun. They were blank guns. And everyone it was in a pretty gnarly part of town too, but everyone just ran out into the streets. Dad was ecstatic. So the next year, there are two new employees, and he's like, hey, Merle, come over here. You're going to get in a fight, and you're going to start yelling, and you're going to pull out guns, and it's the same gag. So they did it, and they were very excited, and they pulled out the gun, started firing, but Dad had given everyone else in the party blank guns, so they started firing back at those dudes. Those dudes take off running down the street. So, yeah, it's just kind of imitating what my father did, I guess.
Did your father feel any responsibility?
Dad loved Jackass, but hated the parts where I would do stunts. My whole family did.
Of course.
But they, I just doing what I saw growing up. He would send letters to his friends from the VD clinic, rubber stamped on the envelope, saying you have to list your last 10 partners because you've contracted a venereal disease, signed Dr. Harlan C. Titmore. But people would get these letters, or worse, the guy's wife would get the letter. And the thing about something like that, people become angry and emotional, and then they believe everything. That's the great thing about pranks. If you can get someone so wound up that they're really emotional, they'll believe anything. And so this guy would come home from work, and then the mother, like his wife would be there, the wife's mother would be there. He had a gun pulled on him over that once.
A real gun?
Oh, yeah, real guns.
Your dad sounds like a fucking maniac.
He would send letters out from the IRS telling people they're going to be audited. He got visited by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation over that. He didn't do that anymore.
Well, that makes more sense now. Okay, so you grew up in a very unusual environment.
Yeah, very unusual.